What's up, guys? It's Tash here, back with another video, back with Jason. You already know, back with our top 10 small forwards ranking list. Let's jump straight in. Your number 10, Jason.
My number 10 for the small forwards list is Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges had a great year with the Phoenix Suns last year. Finished, I'm pretty sure, top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year votings. For
Mm-hmm.
sure, the best perimeter defender in the NBA last year for wings. He had a crazy impact. Started coming down off pin down screen shooting mid ranges and shit. Elevating his game a little bit. For now, I have him at 10. Pretty high value, but I don't think he's better than majority of the small forwards in the NBA. So I'm gonna just plop him at number 10.
Yeah, Mikal Bridges, like you said, very, very vital to what the Suns do on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. Obviously, like you said, finishing top 5 in defensive voting.
But at the end of the day, he is a role player.
Right. He, a couple of back cuts, a couple of pin down pull ups, corner trades. He's, simple little things that end up making a bigger impact on the court. But he's not, super flashy, super crazy. But Mikal Bridges is still pretty fun to watch, and yeah, it's valid. My
You have him
10,
at 10?
I actually have MPJ at 10. I love MPJ. Really good shooter, 6'10", catch and shoot, just catches it, shoots over him. The bubble was just insane to watch, and the year after that was pretty good for them too.
Back injury, though.
Yeah, the back injury is still lingering. Hopefully, heading into next year, he can stay healthy. They just got done paying him 5 year. I don't even know the amount of money and deal, but
It's good that they lock down their guys.
yeah, they got him, Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray, Jokic, and a bunch of solid guys around them. So yeah, MPJ at 10 for me. And then I have Mikal at 9. I know I just got done saying he's a role player, but Mikal Bridges' impact on winning. You talk about winning
Michael Porter
player.
Jr. is a role player, too. So
Yeah, he's a role player too. So yeah, it's really interchangeable. I feel like a lot of our 9 and 10s are pretty interchangeable. I can't really speak on when we get down to like power forwards or centers yet, but got MPJ at 10, Mikal at 9. Your number
my number 9
8.
is RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett came off a great year last year on the New York Knicks. Of course, they were very disappointing, but that's not to do with RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett became a elite defender. He's really working on his ball handling and his court vision. He's becoming a efficient scorer. I think RJ Barrett is a star in the future, but right now I have him at number 9. He's gonna take a big jump next to somebody like Jalen Brunson. He's gonna have the ball less in his hands to facilitate, but he's gonna be able to focus more on the scoring end and locking people down on the other end.
Hell yeah. RJ's going to become a huge two-way player in the league. I feel like he's going to take a huge jump, like you said, next to Brunson. Hopefully Julius Randle can step his game up and just be consistent. He's got to be the most inconsistent superstar I've ever seen play, coming off that huge Knicks. I won't say huge, but yeah, all NBA year, most improved player. Knicks are the 4th seed. Stuff's going crazy. Obviously they get eliminated and stuff, but like the next year he just straight up just shits the bed. So hopefully they can have success. Like they've been called like the mid 3, Brunson, RJ, and Randall, which is crazy disrespectful. But I mean, I get it. Like it's not super appealing to the Knicks. Understandable, but RJ's gonna take a huge jump. I don't have him on my list. Hey, I have him as an honorable mention here, but I mean, I feel like top 10, 9, if you want to throw in an 11th pick, even though it's a top 10 rating, they're all kind of interchangeable. It's just about personal preference and who you value more. So RJ Barrett's a good shout. Like I said, my number 9 was Mikal. My number 8, NBA champion Andrew Wiggins. Just this whole Warriors run, this whole Warriors arc for his career has been so fun. Outside of like the first year he got traded there, he's really developed into a really good player, and it's just a vital piece of that championship team. And he's going to continue to get better and better. I feel like he's developed his shot. He's a lot more efficient shooter now. We all know what he can do in terms of finishing. Defensively, he stepped it up. He really
Became
gave
a very good rebounder.
Yes, just like all around, his game has just stepped up. So Wiggins for me at 8, I just feel like where he belongs, and it's a good place for him.
Yeah, I have Wiggins at number 8. He's just a guy that's going to give you anything you need on the court. Uh, Proved to be a great defender, great rebounder based on the run that we saw in the finals. Yeah, I feel like he's a good eighth pick for small forwards, and any team would love to have Andrew Wiggins on their team. Number 8, this is where the role player section of this list is finished, and we move into the top 7, which are players who I wouldn't really consider as role players. They do play their role in their teams, but they're on the higher echelon of
They're
players.
stars. Straight up stars.
Yeah. Not stars.
Okay, some people, yeah, but yeah.
Okay, number 7 is Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton was injured for a majority of last year, but no doubt in our minds that finals run that he had winning the championship with Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks definitely plots his place here on number 7. He did play pretty decent in the playoffs that just passed. Could have showed up a little bit more than what he did, but he didn't play often. He didn't play that much in the playoffs at all.
Yeah, he was hurt.
Being
that
injured
too.
in the Bulls series, what was it, Game 3 or something? Game 1 it was one of those games. He got injured against the Bulls, didn't show up at all for the Boston Celtics series. Could have used him. Maybe next year, this year that's coming up, that's their year to get that championship again because they missed a vital part of their team, Chris Middleton.
Right, coming off season average of 20 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 5.5 assists, 44.
A down year.
Yeah, like the stats dropped a little bit, but that could be due to injury. If he could have played a couple more games, the averages might have been a little bit higher. But yeah, we're not going to disrespect K-Mid, and I feel like the people in front of him, this is a valid place for him. Exiting the role player section, heading into the the stars or the people who are easily identifiable as like one of the guys, if not the guy on their team. So yeah, K-Mid right here, Chris Middleton, number 7 is solid. Number 6, I feel like we have we actually probably have different people. Your number 6 is
number 6. I have DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan did have a great year throughout the entire year. MVP DeRozan throughout the year, but during those playoffs, man, it was kind of rough. They were undermanned in the playoffs, the Chicago Bulls, but you got to show me a little bit more than that, and that's why the guy above him is above him rather than underneath him. Who do you have for number 6? Because I think that's who I have for number 5.
Right, and I probably should have him number 5 here, and I was debating moving him. And maybe I was a little too high on Debo, still am, because even when we did our standings video way back in, what was that, February, March, I think,
Yeah,
I was very high. I was very high on Debo and the Bulls, and I was convinced that the Celtics were not going to be making any noise in the playoffs for the rest of the season. They ended up making a huge finals run, and I was looking foolish. But yeah, on my list, number 6, I have Ingram. Like I said, he probably should be at 5, but I'm going to still rock out with it. Ingram at 6. We also, the turnaround after the CJ trade to end out the regular season, make it into the play-in, make it into the playoffs, just true underdogs the entire time, but also at the same time giving that Suns team a run for their money, bro. We can argue about it all day. That call against Jose Alvarado with Chris Paul, that could have been a game changer in the series. Could have been looking at a game 7. Yeah, man, you never know. And Ingram was on a different level, God level. And I'm pretty sure he was hurt. I forget if it was his hand or something, or his finger was messed up. He was still giving buckets regardless. CJ was doing his thing, and that was all without Zion. So I can only imagine what it's going to be like. But yeah, Ingram here is 6 for me, and then 5 I have DeMar DeRozan. Huge, like you said, huge run of the regular season, MVP voting.
I think he'll come down to earth this season, though.
Yeah, it might be. Not even necessarily a down year, but just like a more regular, DeMar DeRozan season. Still good, but probably, if Zach's healthy, like we said, nothing probably to the caliber of that. And that's no knock against him. It's just the reality of things. When you bring back guys into your lineup, they're going to get more shots. They're going to get more points. He doesn't have to do as much, most likely, but... Yeah, Debo at 5 for me. You're number 4.
Number 4 is Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum coming off of a huge playoff run, arguably the best player in the playoffs besides 2 guys ahead of him. I would say Luka and Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
Crazy playoff run from Tatum. Very efficient, but that finals performance does knock him down a little bit a tier below guys that are above him. But Tatum still is that dude, number 1 option on his team, defends the ball well, is a great playmaker, usually shoots the ball well. Tatum's definitely number 4 for me.
Yeah, same here. Just reiterating a lot of that. Great playoff run. They fought through a lot of adversity. They went to a game 7 with the Heat. Came down to that last shot with Jimmy. Anything could have happened there. But, the Celtics prevailed throughout all their series, swept the Nets in the first round. Who did they beat in the second round? The second round was Milwaukee. Obviously, people want to argue, underman Bucks team, but you got to beat the people in front of you, man, regardless of injuries, regardless of circumstance. You got to beat who's in front of you. So, yeah, Tatum at 4 is valid. In front of him, I'm pretty sure we both have...
Yeah, I have Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Buckets at number 3. Regardless... of the people yelling at us, probably saying, but did the Celtics beat the regardless, bro? It's a team game, obviously.
Better than Tatum did.
Yes. Like Jimmy Butler coming into next season, like he's probably gonna end the year top 3 still, most likely.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler, I feel like in that playoff run definitely had the worst team. They got the short end of the stick with Tyler Hero being hurt.
Hmm.
And Bam Adebayo, bro, he wasn't doing
Yeah,
shit on
I remember
offense.
that there was a lot of discourse about Bam and not necessarily going at his matchups. I mean, obviously you have Robert Williams and stuff like that, but I mean, you gotta show some
You gotta look at
offensive.
the hoop,
You
bro.
you gotta look at the basket, man. You know what I mean? A lot of time his back was turned, get the rebound, kick it out. I mean, that's a lot of his job. But we know Bam can do a little more than that. So hopefully head into next year he can really take that next step. But yeah, Jimmy, man, it was really a one man show. He was dropping 30,
Yeah.
40, just doing it all really. Kyle Lowry was inconsistent. I mean, I think he had like one or two decent enough games. Like you said, Hero being down, Duncan Robinson absolutely getting no player time
No
due to his
playing time,
defense.
none.
It's just like it wasn't the best case scenario for them. But Jimmy buckets
Yeah,
was just going
Jimmy
crazy.
continues to show in the playoffs he has another level of scoring in him where he's just going to take whatever the fuck shot he wants and it's going to go in regardless.
Hmm.
And that's what I love about Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, he shows up on defense regardless. You know you're going to get a good defensive game from Jimmy Butler. But in the playoffs, you know he's going to take the shots that he's going to take, but you can't stop it. He's going to make that shit. He's going to make you feel that he wants to win the game. And that's why I have him over Tatum. Because Tatum is more of a guy who's more about finesse, getting people involved. Jimmy's more of a fuck you, I'm scoring type of player.
Yeah, he's gonna get whatever, like you said, whatever shot he wants. Jimmy's gonna Jimmy, bro. Your number 3 is valid. Pretty sure our top 2 are the same. Number 2 is Kawhi Leonard. Regardless of the injuries, same thing with Paul George. We said in our previous shooting guard list video, we know what they're about. We know what they bring to the table. Kawhi, not much to be said about that. We know what Kawhi's about, regardless of injury. I have them going
Yeah,
to the finals.
similar to Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard has that different mode that he could go in the playoffs where you're locking down your best player coming in on the other end, shooting that mid range. It's going to go in regardless.
Getting
I love
whatever he
Kawhi Leonard.
wants. Yeah.
He really doesn't get involved in the media too much. He just comes, gets ready, hoops, leaves, lives his life. I love that about Kawhi Leonard, robotic ass motherfucker.
Right, bro. 2-time NBA champ, 2-time Finals MVP. We all know what Kawhi's about, bro. And number 1, we
King
all know
James.
King James, LeBron James, bro. It's like every year there's a new headline, a new debate. Who is the best player in the world? I feel like the revolving door is like LeBron, and then here we have KD. After his 2021 playoff run, they were calling KD the best, and then Giannis after he won the championship, and it's just like this constant rotating door. But I feel like the consensus is usually LeBron James.
I don't think he's the best player in the world. I think he's the best small forward in the league.
Right. Dwindling down to the
LeBron
small
on a
forward.
down year, he averaged 30 points per game, and it was just he was doing his best, man. Those nights were crazy. LeBron coming on at center position, dropping 30 per game, 10 points, 7 assists, crazy numbers, shooting the 3 ball at a scorching efficient rate. LeBron James was playing to the best of his ability. He was just had to deal with Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis, his co-star, being made of glass. So, if LeBron can repeat what he did last year, he will stay on number 1 on my list. But yeah, sometimes you gotta think about the circumstances of each player. Like, though LeBron is the only player on this list besides RJ Barrett to not make the playoffs, he's still the best player because, you put those guys in that same Lakers situation, I don't think they play as well as LeBron did.
Regardless of the situation, LeBron's gonna LeBron. I mean, making the playoffs or not, like he's gonna give his all. And 30 points per game, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, like above 50% from the field. LeBron, as much as the discourse surrounding LeBron, the GOAT debate, all that shit, as much hate as he gets, like LeBron James is like 37 years old, one of the best players in the NBA. And on everyone's list is probably different, but I mean the consensus. A lot of NBA fans will tell you LeBron is the best small forward, specifically talking about here, small forward in the NBA. Any other closing remarks? Any other honorable mentions or anything else you want to say?
Honorable mention goes out to OG Anunoby.
Yeah, shout out OG, man. Shout out
He
OG.
could have definitely slid into this list. I just feel like his role is a little bit lessened because of Scotty Barnes. There's a stat when Scotty Barnes plays, is not on the court and OG Anunoby plays, he averages like 27 points per game, something like that.
Sheesh.
So if they find a way, maybe they trade him. Of course, he's a young asset, and the Toronto Raptors love their young assets and their guys. Those guys are their guys. If he maybe goes to a different team, I feel like he could be a star in his role, but as of right now, he's not a top 10 small forward because of that. Again, Michael Porter Jr. was on your list, not my list.
Hmm.
I want to see him be healthy for this upcoming season. Hopefully, that'll get him into the top 10 because we know how good of a scorer he can be. And
Right.
besides that, I don't think there are any other small forwards who deserve a honorable mention. No
Yeah.
disrespect, but
Hmm.
they're not in the same tier as his guys.
Right. They're like I mentioned in the last video. There's certain echelons, and then there's that other tier. You know what I mean? Yeah, like you said, no disrespect to anyone. I think when we were making the list, we were going through and being like, "Is this really it? Is this it?" So
Yeah,
it kind of
it's
caps
kind of
off at
thin.
OG.
It's thinning, yeah.
So yeah, and that's not to disrespect any of the other small forwards. They're probably just a lot more role player oriented, and players like MPJ or Mikal Bridges are. But again, going back to the echelons thing, there's different levels to being a quote unquote
Yeah.
role player. Harrison Barnes was going to make the list, but anyway, that pretty much wraps up for the video. And yeah, let us know if we forgot anybody or your honorable mention shouts or just your list in general. Let us know what you think of our small forward list. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you all enjoy. Catch you guys in the next one. It's Taj, and I will see you guys